Happy 4th of July, everybody in the United States. Celebrate it. We hope you're relaxing and enjoying, and we appreciate you taking the time out to watch Chair Shot Rally, episode 326, LeBar, Eisenberg. And we're capping off the weekend talking about the GMs. We continue to approach the brand extension in a few weeks. A lot of teasing and speculation of who is going to be the general managers of Raw and SmackDown, Josh. And I guess I'll start out and ask this. We hear it's a new era, and we even Shane said a few weeks ago, we didn't, no Laurinaitis. We don't need been there, done that. We need new era. We need fresh. Does new era fresh mean somebody young, like an age, or does it just mean somebody who's never been GM before?
I think it's either somebody who's never been GM before or somebody who has tasted the general manager flavor over the past, well, they've had GM for so many years now. I mean, you've had guys like William Regal, you've had Mike Adamle, you've had John Laurinaitis, you've had so many obscure names. We have one Mike Adamle fan. One Mike Adamle fan right there, and don't understand that. But anyway,
intoxicated.
I think that SmackDown needs to be about fresh, needs to be about original, needs to be impactful. And some of the guys that they think about, names that we've heard for multiple times are Daniel Bryan. I would even be going as far as saying a guy like Edge could have a lot of value. He has a lot of projects on the WWE Network. He established SmackDown for so many years as being the face of SmackDown. What better way of making that show just as important when you bring him on there? I actually would honestly lean more towards a guy, and I know it's been kind of done before in the Attitude Era, and maybe it's not going to fit well, but a Mick Foley. Because Mick Foley is a guy that has had so many matches, has done so many things in WWE. Yeah, his commissioner, general manager role that he had back in the Attitude Era, it was pretty good, but I feel like it didn't ever reach the pinnacle of they could have had with him. They could have had him elevate young guys, elevate NXT talent, and a guy that's so smart with the product. This guy watches everything. He talks about NXT talent after the first couple of matches. He posts lengthy blogs on his Facebook about what you see from this talent, and ultimately he's almost always right. And that's the thing that I like about Mick Foley. He's a mind, he's a brain. He's more than just a stuntman from 15 years ago.
Mick Foley's an interesting choice, and you're right with the cross promotion there. You're right with the cross promotion with Edge. To the Daniel Bryan, I know this is a real popular one. Daniel Bryan, to me, it seems like an absolute no. On the first, and I was a little bit surprised that he was going to be that he's part of the Cruiserweight Classic, but that's okay. It lets him talk about what he knows best, which is wrestling. Sure. Obviously, he's a smaller guy who, a cruiserweight in some regards, who made it in the heavyweight world. But to me, Daniel Bryan, does he really want to have to go to TV once or twice a week, every month, to be around wrestling when he can't wrestle? Plus, we saw his wife Bree. She's retired for the time being to go have a family. So, Daniel Bryan, as much of a ratings boost as it probably would be, even if just small, because people like to see him, it doesn't seem logical to me. I wonder, going back again to my age and freshness, what about a guy like Sting, who WWE has, in their pocket to use? Okay. And he's not going to wrestle any more matches, but does he work out for that?
I think the thing that bothers me a little bit about Sting is I never sit back and think that was a fantastic Sting promo. He's never been a guy that grabs a mic and captivates an audience. And yes, he has that name, and it will carry him for a couple of months. But whenever a guy like Sting is given a microphone, he talks very simplistically, not bad. He executes what he needs to say, but it's never a promo that you remember for the rest of your life. And that's something that I always thought hindered me from being an ultimate Sting fan. I know if Ghoulish is watching this right now, he's going to say, Eisenberg, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. You're 28 years old and has this Pittsburgh accent come out, and I want to kill myself. But I just don't think Sting would be the right choice for a new era of SmackDown. It's a new era of SmackDown. It has to have somebody fresh, Edge. I understand what you say about Daniel Bryan. I guess the thing with Daniel Bryan is he's still so popular, so it will captivate the crowd that loves that professional wrestling. And Tuesday nights isn't a casual wrestling fan. Like Monday Night Raw, the casual fans will tune in. You have more of the hardcore fans filtering to Tuesdays.
Well, and then there's the Shane and Stephanie, the obvious. And because they have been so obvious and they keep saying that that makes me think WWE's going to swerve us. The only way I can see them still being involved is they have to continue to, work together on one brand, and you can get a lot of things out of it. You get the sibling rivalry, you get Triple H back in the fold, and then have the other brand. I don't know which one it is, SmackDown or Raw, but have the other brand be somebody.
I'll tell you this: out of all the CSR guests that we've had over the years, which guest would you pick as the GM? If hypothetically, who would you pick as a general manager for SmackDown or Raw? One of them. Would you get Russo? Would you get Matt Hardy? Would you get Gallows? Would you take
Mark Madden?
Mark Madden. You'd have Double M. Get the hell out of here.
We put Madden on one, and we pull Stryker over and let him do the other way. Because nobody more intelligent. I don't care if your name's a super genius. Matt Stryker's the smartest guy that I know. So
bada boom, smartest guy in the room, huh?
You're welcome, Matt. That's what I'm going with. At Josh Osberg 4, at Justin LeBar. We hope you enjoy your 4th of July weekend. Please share the video, comment, like, pass it around. We'll be back next weekend as we get closer and closer to what is going to be an historic week. WWE landscape's going to change, so a lot's going to be discussed.